Okay. It looks like, ladies, we are live, but we're just on my Facebook page and our church page. Um, so anybody who might be joining us or checking this out, we're just doing a little testing here. We were actually just having an after prayer meeting discussion about the development of our teaching kitchen at New Hope. We are in the throes and the process of starting our teaching kitchen. You can see Lennox there; she's already in her teaching kitchen. Uh, But and we're just shooting the breeze here, just kind of brainstorming some stuff. If you are watching this now or watching this later, we would love to even have some input. Have you ever been to a teaching kitchen? Have you seen it? What would you like to see in a teaching kitchen? You can drop some comments in there. We would love to hear from you about that. So we're talking about the idea of going for two days a month. Sunday, Sister Lucky, what did we say? Sunday, the second and fourth Sundays of the month.
Yes, begin.
And what?
To begin.
Oh, to begin. Okay. And going for, oh, and by the way, if you're also watching this, my Miss Sister Lucky and Lennox, that's Lennox, and that's Sister Lucky. They are actually in Zoom, and we've brought them in here into our Ecamm. So this is a brand new feature we're testing out in the process of it. That's the nerdy techie side of me, so don't worry about all that. All right. So second and fourth Sundays. And we're saying from, what did we say, 10 to noon?
10 to noon.
10 to noon. And we are looking at bringing in guest lecturers. All right. So if we're going to do these 6 weeks, that's every other week for 3 months. That's 6 sessions. Then if we plan those things out in advance so that when we talk to our guest lecturers, we know, okay, we're asking you to come in to teach, I don't know, do tacos, do plant-based, I don't know what. Mm-hmm. But in other words, if we can plan what we're doing week to week, then in the promotional piece, that we can promote that, send that out so that people can register to be a part of that. Okay. So, you guys want... Go ahead, Lennox.
No, I was just thinking maybe we could do something like with showing persons how to do like a cauliflower rice or something like that.
How to do a what?
Cauliflower rice.
Oh, cauliflower rice. Okay. All right. Uh-huh. And we're talking about...
Using it in different ways. Sorry.
Okay.
Or to prepare a meal that is conducive to those people who are diabetic, since they have special eating needs, nutritional needs.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's another route at a particular session or season of our teaching kitchen that we can do, and that is culinary medicine. You do any research on cooking, on teaching kitchens? You Google that, do that on YouTube. You're going to find culinary medicinal culinary. What did I say? How to say culinary medicine is going to come up fairly frequently. So that's a thing. So where they're teaching you not just how to cook, but how to cook for a person that has high blood pressure, or how to cook for a person that has high blood sugar. And those things, I think, are going to be, I think, pretty attractive to people that are trying to, yeah, my doctor said I got to lay back on this, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to eat for that. And a lot of people, they're like, I talked to somebody today who said, or yesterday, who said this. We were talking about bringing people into the church, and they're like, "Man, we made church look all good from the little piece of church that folk got, and then when they get in and we give them all the rules and all the stuff, they're going to say it was easier to go to hell than." And and I think sometimes when people get these prescriptions from their doctors that you have to have a low carb, low salt, whatever diet. And it's like, you know what? It's going to be easier for me to just die, just to eat the way I've been eating and just die. Because,
Enjoy life while eating.
yes. And it's because maybe they don't know how easy it can be. Yeah. Okay. So good. So, by the way, those of you, I see we got a few more people who have hopped on here. We're brainstorming our teaching kitchen. We see, man, Lennox, this was a great day for us to catch you in the kitchen.
No, you tricked me.
Well, it was a good trick. It worked. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't know that's what you were really doing there. So, all right. Yeah. So, okay. So we'll work towards that. But I need you guys to work on coming up with the curriculum, 6 weeks worth of curriculum. So we're going mid-May to mid-July for the first session.
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, we don't have a lot of time to get some promo out, to get a registration paper out. I will work on the promo for us, some sort of a promo piece just to advertise it. Either of you want to work on a form for registration that we can have people sign up for?
I thought that was already done because I was trying to. I actually created a form. It was the URL I asked you about. I said the tech team at church would have done that.
Okay, well, let's follow up on that. Make sure that, because I think if we put that registration form on our website, then that makes it easy to track registrations. So if somebody at church or wherever in the community, they want to be a part, then we just direct them to the website to register there.
Yes.
But I know our people. Website, they're gonna say, "Do you have a piece of paper that I can register on?" Let me just fill it out.
You could post one on the website, but we could have some physical copies on church for those people they could complete the form, turn it in, so we have an idea of are there anyone who will attend
Okay.
and worthy.
Between the two of you, do you think this is enough to help to be able to keep track of all of that, or do you want to add somebody to your team to say, "Hey, we need you to organize and track registration, etc.?"
Because I know Sister Brathwaite and Sister Legear, they have interests. Maybe it's more so because of the program we went to down through. I'm thinking we could. I will speak to them and see. Sister Brathwaite definitely. She has already offered. She wants to be a part of it.
Okay. Here's a little comments feature here that I am testing out. That seems to work. By the way, any of you that are popping in on this, that would be helpful. So while we are having an actual meeting, I am also nerding out just a bit on this new Ecamm and Zoom integration feature. So my guests right here are two of my church members that are over our community service, and we are working on our plans for a community, not a community, well, it's a community, but our teaching kitchen at New Hope. We are in the process of designing our kitchen and our fellowship hall to be a teaching kitchen for our school, for our church, and for our community. And so you are getting a very live look at behind the scenes look at some of our planning and strategizing, just kind of brainstorming a bit here. Again, if you have ever been in a teaching kitchen, seen one, dreamed about one, we'd love to have your input. So feel free to drop some comments, suggestions, questions, whatever in the chat here for us this evening. All right, ladies, anything else we need to cover here?
The stove, we want to pin that down. Will there be a 2 burner or more? How soon will we have that? And
Okay. So you tell me what you need. When I Google and watch some of these other teaching kitchen videos and stuff, for the most part, I see students with a 1 burner thing in front of them. If you want 1 burner, do you want 2 burners? And then we just need to price them and see what we can get.
1 burner for me is going to be just great inconvenience. You can prepare 2 things at the same time.
For every student, though, every student needs to be cooking 2 things at a time.
No, not for every student. No, I'm thinking about for what we are preparing.
Oh, okay. So for the teacher spot, you may need a 2 burner, is what you're saying. Okay, but then for students, we were okay with just the 1 burner.
Yeah, you could do the 1 burner.
Okay. So if you're like doing a meal, you might have different students working on different parts of the meal.
Yeah.
You guys are doing the gravy, you guys are doing the rice, you guys are doing the whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, could do something like that. Yeah, you could do something like that.
Okay, so that means you guys got to really map out what's happening every week. But I'm asking this question about the burners because then if you're saying that you want every student to have their own burner, their own station, then our financial resources to get these burners is going to determine how many students then you can have register for the class.
Right. Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to go that route yet. That each student has a burner. I'm not open.
Why not?
Demonstrating, preparing it, giving them the recipe. They don't have the information they need, so they can go home and prepare it. Some things we can prep and they can live with it. They don't necessarily have to fix it there. That's a more economical way.
Okay.
If we have, let's say we have a class with 20 students, that's 20 1 burner stove.
Yeah, but we don't have to have a class with 20 students. We can probably start with 10.
Okay, so
Yeah.
That's possible. Okay, let's look at this. Let's say 20 or 30 people register. How do we deal with that? Have a big introductory first day, and then okay, we do you on the 2nd of the month, and this group we do on the 4th of the month.
Yeah, we can split them. I would suggest to do that. Like you get 20 person, then you would do 1 set, and then you do the other set.
That also would slow it down.
Yeah, but it's about teaching them, so I don't have a problem with that.
oh wow. You guys see this is a comment that came in from the Zoom chat. So if there's people in Zoom chatting, we can bring their comments now in as well. That's interesting. I'm sorry. That's me geeking out again. Sorry, my bad. Back to focusing.
You, you didn't share the comment with us.
It's right. It's right on this underneath you. And
My screen
Oh,
is very
we can't see.
oh, you're on.
I
You
can't
guys are
see.
on phones, so you can't see my. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to at least pin or spotlight. Okay. So now you
Oh,
should
this is a self-flower dinner roll that I'm making.
see. This could have been a whole show right now, Lennox. You could have been doing a class right now on the live. What?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. And so we would do, y'all forgive me, I'm going to do some editing in the middle of this stream. So if I did something like this, um, I'm going to swap this camera and put Lennox in the center. Where are you, Lennox? Boom, like
Oh, I
that.
see.
And do this. And then I'm going to put me over here. Um, so there's a thought too. Can we stream these classes?
From my home.
Well, I'm talking about from wherever you're doing them.
Yeah, that would be great. I don't have to leave my home.
No, not you. I'm saying for not for the although that actually um
And I have extra dough left.
That means you make something too small.
Probably. But that's okay. Sometimes that happens. They'll rise and pop up.
so you were making
I'm making
pasta? Is that what
extra roll.
that's what it was?
No, I'm making dinner rolls.
Oh, dinner rolls.
Self-flower dinner rolls.
And they're coming to 5 what's my address?
No, they're not. They're going to the person that ordered them.
Oh, so you got to order stuff? What?
Okay then.
And be all organized and sophisticated for stuff. What in the world? All right. Okay.
Right.
Good. Well, this is a start. So what's our actionable items as we leave here this evening? I will work on I will follow up on the registration piece and the advertising piece.
And the stove.
And the stove? Okay.
Yeah.
And so then you guys will work on nailing down curriculum and trying to figure out any guest lecturers.
I'll put my recipes together.
Okay. Paperize.
For the suggestions that I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, Sister Lucky,
The team.
the what?
I'm also putting my recipes.
Oh, recipes.
together.
Okay.
Yes.
With
And some nuggets, just little tidbit, useful information.
okay. Now, you guys know me as well. It's and I don't want this to be at the expense of the information, but the presentation of what we do is going to be very important to me, and I think to growing our audience. So, what's the experience like for the individual who comes to our teaching kitchen? Can we give them? So I see Lennox is wearing her little her what do you call that, apron?
My
Yeah.
apron. Yeah.
Can we give our students an apron and a chef's hat? I don't know. What does the tables and stuff, the decor of the space look like? Are we creating the environment in such a way that it's makes people want to, just hang out in this space and environment, right? It's got to be inviting. So if we're talking about our fellowship hall, we know we got some work to do to make that space inviting, but that's going to be important too. That whole environmental piece. I think the other thing that's going to be important to me, just from everything that we do, is is evangelistic, like everything, right? The whole point, not the whole point, but um, what's next. So people have come to this cooking class or our teaching kitchen. How does this transition into the next point of contact with New Hope and with the gospel? So we've got to kind of think that as through that as well. Now, I'm not trying to force, 2,300 days down people's throats while they're, making a smoothie. I'm not saying that, but there's got to be I think we need to be intentional about a relational continuation of what happens when they finish their 6 weeks with us. So relationally, who's the handoff? Like, what's happening next? So when people show up to this event in their package, is family ministries doing the mother-daughter tea? Is the men's ministry doing the father-son whatever? So that we're keeping other next steps in front of people even when they come to this. Not over the top and pressure type stuff, but at least making sure that people are aware of other things outside of this, like what's our next point of contact with us. So we got to plan and think along those lines. All right, so we'll need to pull, in order for that to be effective, we need to pull everybody else in on some of this discussion as well, as far as ministries. But I think we've got enough to chew on. Hey, enough to chew on. I'd have more to chew on if Lennox was sending some of those rolls over here.
Pastor, also want to say it would be a good idea talking about spin-off. If while they're there, we could also, not while they're there, but it would be nice if we have like a treatment room where we can share simple ideas. Okay, about fermentation, just simple things that they can do in lieu of taking treatments that they can use at home. You're
Oh,
having
yeah.
a terrible cough, you could use um, roasted onions, whether on your ear or foot bottom. Just little ideas that's not going to cause any conflict with medication or so. You're having a headache. When last you drink some water, just put your feet in some water. Just simple. And the treatment room is an area where you could demonstrate how to do some of these simple things.
Got you. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's absolutely something that we can explore as well. Um, hey, there we go. Roland Mark says, what are we making? Dumplings. They're, they're dinner rolls, Ro. dinner rolls. Okay. All right. So we have our dates, we have our times. But I think who are we looking at to really put on paper the week by week curriculum? Who's going to do that?
We can ask Marie.
Okay. All right, and we're asking Marie to as well do the registration form. I said I was going to do that,
Yeah.
but you told me she had already done something like that. Let's check with Marie and sis.
Check with her.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Sister Lucky, can we give you that assignment to follow up with Marie or Sister Laguerre?
To do the registration form.
Right. Even
track them.
just to handle registration. Just you want to give them the whole registration process.
Okay, I'll speak to her tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll leave it at this for tonight. I appreciate you letting me use you as guinea pigs for this techie geeky stuff. Again, those of you that may have joined us, we have found a way to integrate our Zoom with our Ecamm. And I alone am in Ecamm. I didn't send out any Ecamm invites. Sister Lucky on the far, what is that, far left, and Lennox in the center, they are both just in Zoom, like a regular Zoom meeting. And we were able to pull in their individual cameras directly here into this spot. So we're kicking some tires here on the tech side as well as getting some meeting stuff done. Thank you for joining us tonight. For those of you at New Hope, we're streaming on New Hope's site as well. We hope you are looking forward to participating in the Teaching Kitchen if you're anywhere in the Broward County area. We invite you to keep your ear to the ground as we put out this information about registering for our Teaching Kitchen in the days to come. And maybe, Roland, Mark, we might get around to some dumplings. We'll find that out. All right, everybody. Thank you again. Have a good evening, and we'll see you next go around.
Okay.